Welcome to the next episode. We're going to be joining Windows 10 to the new Active Directory domain. This is really exciting. Now things are going to get awesome. We're going to join the domain, which means that we can then later on assign policies, create user groups for users and computers, so that when users log in, they get certain rights and privileges, and what resources they can access. But now we first need to get Windows logged into the domain. So we'll go to Windows here. I'm not sure what's happened here. I've lost my screen. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, look, that's all right. We can swap around. So, okay. So PC. Actually, this looks better. This looks much better. I'm going to log in with my password into my local computer now. When we join the domain, we'll be joining the domain as a domain user. Interesting. So, what we're going to do first, we've already changed the computer name. We have to make sure that I'm on the same network as the domain controller. That's important. If I can't communicate, then can't join. So I'm going to do an IP config /all. So that's the network that I'm on. Okay. So I should have communications, but I might want to configure that as a static for the lab. We'll do that until we do an episode on DHCP. So right click, network. Actually, before I do that, let's go to the domain controller and just double check. See, I'm logging as Harry as administrator. That's how I log into the server from now on. And I'm just double checking what network I'm on. Just making sure. I know already, but it's good to double check. Configure and verify. That's what I like. I like doing that. IP config /all. Yeah. So that's not DHCP. That's static. That's the network 254.10. Perfect. We'll leave that there because I'm going to change the IP address for the Windows machine. Go to Ethernet, change adapter options, right click, properties, and 192. So the num lock is annoying, but 192.168. I forgot now. 154. And we'll just put a 20. Gateway will be 192.168.154 and 1. And the DNS server, really important, must be the Active Directory for this lab, for this particular lab. Which is a 10. Right? It was 10, right? Yeah? Yep, it was. Then we go enter. Okay, now we're going to ping from Windows 10 to server. And look at that, that's looking good. Let's ping this the domain controller. We can't ping the active controller back to Windows 10 because Windows 10 has a firewall that's blocking it. For this lab, we won't remove the firewall, but we can ping the server. That'll be enough for us for this lab. 4.10. Perfect. This is looking good. Now we are going to join the domain. Exciting, can't wait for this. I love this part. It's like you're joining a club. You're joining an elite group of people. It's not really. I mean, I'm over dramatizing. I'm going a bit crazy here, but I don't know. It's a nice feeling. So we'll go to systems. You know what? No, we won't do it this way. Well, I'll show you two ways of doing it. Rename this PC and then going to change the computer. That's one way. The other way is the good old-fashioned way, is through control panel. Control panel there. And change the category to small icons or large, doesn't really matter. And then we go to systems over here and we end up into that same area. Up to you which way you want to choose. Rename this PC, as long as we get to there, doesn't matter. We're going to change it. It's in a work group at the moment. It's a standalone computer. It's not a part of a domain. We're going to put it in a domain now. And what was the domain? It was harry.com. It will do a DNS search on the network for that computer name. It will find the DNS server on the domain controller. The domain controller will then invite this computer to join the domain, so long as I've got the credentials. Watch this. Go to OK. There's that credentials here. Now, computer name and domain change, ignore that. Okay, don't worry about that. That's just ignore that. I don't know why they have that there. We're going to write, instead of harry.com, the domain, we'll just do Harry. And it's not a /, it will be a /. And we're going to use the administrator account to log in. I need to know the domain administrator account, which I do. And it's password 1. Make sure that's that. Yep. Okay. And everything should be well. Look at that. Love that feeling. Look at that, everyone. Welcome to the harry.com domain. Thank you. So we'll go to OK there, but I need to restart the computer. Great, we'll do that. Go to OK. We'll just close all this stuff and restart now. While that's restarting, we're going to go back into the Harry domain, harry.com, the domain controller. I'm going to create a special account so that I'm going to, in Active Directory, so no matter where I am in the Active Directory, I can log in. That's how you, if you work in an office, you swap computers, you can log in. So we'll go to Tools, Active Directory Users and Computers. I wish I could make that a bit bigger. Large icons, maybe. Click that there. Maybe I can zoom in for you. Yep. So we'll select that, and then we want to do those users there. Now, just for this lab, we'll create a user account and just put it in this container. But later on, in another episode down the line, we're going to use organizational units instead. But just for now, we'll go into users. We'll actually, let me put that back in the normal view because you'll get this view. You can see the Harry account is there. So I could log in, use that account to log in anywhere, but I'm going to create a normal account that doesn't really have that much rights because I think Harry is part of the administrator. See that? The administrator's group? That's not good. We don't want that. We want to create a user account that's not a part of the administrator's group. So I'm going to go, I can go to Action, New User. That'll work. Sorry about this. What was the other view? The other view was detail, wasn't it? Doesn't really matter. So we can right click users, new user. There's different ways to do this. So I'm going to write here, we'll call it Luke Skywalker. Not Luge, Luke Skywalker. That looks good to me. In a production environment, be very careful about the username, login name. You can change the names anytime. You can never change that login name again. I mean, you know, just stick with that rule. You'll be fine. Skywalker. Login is that. Next, I'm just going to get rid of user changes, must change password the next login. It's just me being, I just don't want to go through that. But you should do that in a normal production environment. Now, I don't think password 1 will work have to be password !1. I think you need a combination of numbers and letters for this one. Password ! Next, finished. User account is created. We're going to use this user account to log in to the Windows 10 machine that should be ready now. There we go. I can double click that. Now, I don't log in here. At the moment, that will be logged in to the local computer, which I might not be able to do anymore. Might not be able to do that. Depends on what we've set up on Active Directory. Because this is part of, now that we've logged onto the domain, we have to obey the rules. So joining a club, you have to obey the rules. You join a football club or a cricket club, you have to listen to the coach or the captain. You can't just do what you like anymore. If you want to do what you like, then you play tennis or table tennis or something. We have to go to other user now, and it says signing to Harry. Well, what we'll do is we'll type the Harry domain, again, / Skywalker. Wonder if this is going to work. Password ! Enter that. And when you see the full name come up, you know that you're in. I'm just logged in with a user account into a Windows 10 machine that's being controlled by a domain controller. If you do this lab, you are now a network administrator. So congratulations, pat yourself on the back. You are now a network administrator. So this is a big step in your IT journey. Now, whenever I do something, whenever I create a policy or I grant access to something, which we are going to do in this series later on, it will be performed on Active Directory, which gets deployed, gets sent to the Windows 10 machine. We do that remotely. Okay, well, that is it for this episode. The next episode, we're going to create some policies, which we will then deploy to the Windows 10 machine, so that Windows machine, whatever that, that it will receive that policy, and then something will happen. So looking forward to that one. It's a bit of, we're getting advanced now. We're going up the ladder. So that's it for me today. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.